The world watches in horror. The Russia-Ukraine conflict has entered a terrifying new phase. Reports of nuclear detonations send shockwaves across the globe. The very foundations of international security are shaken. This is a conflict that, just a year ago, seemed tragically possible. Now it feels terrifyingly real. The world is holding its breath. The use of nuclear weapons, even on a limited scale, marks a turning point in history. We have entered uncharted territory. The consequences of this escalation are impossible to fully grasp. One thing is clear. The stakes have never been higher. The world is now on a knife's edge. The threat of a full-blown nuclear war, once unthinkable, now casts a long shadow over humanity. We must ask ourselves, how did we get here, and what can be done to step back from the brink? Russia's nuclear posture has been a source of growing concern for years. The Kremlin's recent actions have only heightened those fears. The passage of a law permitting nuclear weapon use in response to conventional attacks is a chilling development. This signals a dangerous shift in Russia's strategic thinking. The test launch of the Oreshnik ballistic missile further underscores this point. This was not just a show of force, it was a calculated message to the West. Russia is willing to use all means necessary to achieve its objectives in Ukraine. Putin's nuclear doctrine remains shrouded in ambiguity. He has deliberately kept the West guessing about his red lines. This calculated vagueness gives him maximum flexibility. However, it also increases the risk of miscalculation. The world is now grappling with a terrifying question. Could Russia actually resort to using nuclear weapons? Experts warn of several potential scenarios. One possibility is that Putin could pre-delegate authority to use tactical nuclear weapons to battlefield commanders. In the heat of battle, this could quickly lead to an unintended escalation. Another terrifying possibility is the resumption of nuclear testing. Such a move would shatter decades of non-proliferation efforts. It would also signal a complete breakdown of trust between Russia and the West. Perhaps the most worrying scenario is that Putin feels backed into a corner. Faced with the prospect of defeat in Ukraine, he might lash out with nuclear weapons as a last resort. The consequences of such an action are too terrible to contemplate. Despite the escalating tensions, there is still a glimmer of hope. The international community is united in its condemnation of Russia's nuclear saber-rattling. Diplomatic channels, though strained, remain open. The world is watching, waiting and hoping for a sign of de-escalation. The stakes are simply too high for anything less. The path forward is fraught with danger, but one thing is clear: the only way out of this crisis is through dialogue, diplomacy, and a shared commitment to preventing nuclear catastrophe. The future of humanity may depend on it.